Shalom, giving honor and praise to the creator and the maker of heaven and earth. Want to go over something briefly. Let's go, if we will, to Leviticus chapter 11, verse 8. And it says there in the English, "You shall not eat of their flesh, nor shall you touch their carcass. They are unclean unto you." Now, if we go into the Hebrew, here is what we read. And it says here the following. Mib saram lo tokelu. Ub nib latam lo tiga'u tameim hem lakem. Now, the key word I wanted to sit there and go over, brothers and sisters, is actually a couple of them. This word right here, for instance, mib saram. This mem right here, brothers and sisters, for Hebrew edification, signifies a prefix. That means from or of. Basaram, right? Basar in Hebrew means flesh or meat. All right. So when it says basar, meaning flesh or meat, basaram means their flesh or their meat. Mib saram, of their flesh, from their flesh. Lo, no or not. Tokelu. This tau or the T sound right here represents what is referred to as a prefix. All right. And this wow with the dot within it, or they call it dagesh, that is referred to as the u sound. So that right there is the suffix showing the pluralization. Anytime in Hebrew, when you have a verb, that is, you have the pronoun of it put as the prefix. All right. So tokelu, from the Hebrew root word, the aleph, the kaf, and the lamed, akal in the root form, meanings to eat or to consume or to destroy. Because when you eat something, it is destroyed. Okay, so of their flesh, lo tokelu, of their flesh you all shall not eat. Ub nib latam. This particular part right here, which is the u sound here, represents the word and. Nibla in Hebrew means carcass. All right, so when it says ub and from, or and with, or and in, niblatam, their carcass, because the Hebrew word nibla, which would normally end with a hey letter, shows the fact of it saying that it is a carcass. But when you show in possession, when the letter ends with the letter hey, and for edification, this is a letter hey right here. But when you show possession of it, the hey becomes a tau. We'll get into that when we deal with the feminine nouns and so forth and so on. So it says ub nib latam, and from or and of or and with their carcass, lo tiga'u. The Hebrew root word here, tiga'u, is from the Hebrew root word naga, which means to touch or to strike. And we see this particular word in the 201 Hebrew verb book right here, naga, meaning what, as stated? To touch or to strike. Now that's dealing with the future tense, right? So you have it to where it's ega, I will touch. Tiga, you will touch when speaking to a male. Now the root form that the book of Leviticus chapter 11 verse 8 has is this word right here, tig'u, sometimes said as tiga'u. And that means you all will touch or you all will strike. Now what Leviticus 11 verse 8 is saying is that you shall not touch or you shall not strike the carcass of certain animals, because it says tameim hem lakem. It is unclean, or they are unclean unto you. So that's what that particular thing is right here. Now, just to go over another aspect within Hebrew, brothers and sisters, is this is referred to as a Peh Nun verb. That is to say, any verb that has the nun as the first letter. The significance with that is that the nun drops off when you conjugate it within the future tense. So as we see right here, brothers and sisters, in the past tense, the nun stays there. Nagati, I touched. Nagata, you touched when speaking to a male. Nagat, you touch. Or nagaat, you touch when speaking to a female. Naga means he touched. Naga means she touched. Naganu, we touched. Nagatem, you all touched. Nagaten, you all touched when speaking to females only. Nag-u, they touched, either masculine or feminine. Now, as stated, when you're dealing with the future tense, anytime a verb, that is to say, begins with a noon, the noon drops off when you conjugate it. Okay, so this is how we wind up getting the word like ega, and there's no noon there. All right, so that's how that works with that particular form right there. Tig e, I will touch, you will touch. Niga, we will touch. Tig u or tigau, you all will touch. All right, now when you conjugate this particular form of a verb in the present tense, we also see something. Noge, nogaat, nog-a, nog-im, and nog-ot. Now, in Hebrew, when you're dealing with the present tense, you're going to have to sit there and use the ani, the ata, the at, the hu, the he, anaknu, the atem, the aten, the haim, or the hain. We're going to explain that in the next video. All right, so just let it suffice for now that this right here is what you will call the masculine singular, feminine singular, either one of these, masculine plural, feminine plural. All right, so that's how that works with that. When it's called the passive present, we are dealing with this particular form right here, and this says the Hebrew root word nagua. That is mean touched or striked. So if you want to say this, you would say hasefir negua me atzbi, me etzbai, meaning that the book is touched with my finger. So that's how that thing works with that. All right. So nagua, negu a, negu in, negu ot. That's how that particular form works with that. Masculine singular, feminine singular, masculine plural, feminine plural. The distinction is this is called the passive present. The book is touched. The book is written. That's how that particular type of thing will go down. Okay, so that's how that works with that. This right here is called the imperative. All right, so let that be noted and understood for edification purposes. So when it says imperative, it's the command form. You have ga, ge, geu, gana. Now, the distinction on how to easily be able to identify this is the fact that when you're dealing with the future tense, brothers and sisters, all you do is drop off the prefix, which is the aleph or the tau or the yod or the tau or the noon or the tau and so forth and so on. And then you get the command form. So ega, which mean I will touch, drop the aleph, you get ga, which means touch. You are telling somebody to touch something when speaking to one male. Then you have it to where, let's say you got the feminine form, tig-e. You're telling, like I would tell my daughter, tig-e hadalet, which means touch the door, strike the door. I'm telling her you will touch the door or you will strike the door. Now, if I'm commanding form, which is imperative, I would say ge hadelet, touch the door or strike the door. So that's the distinction with that. All right. So now the next thing we see here is the Hebrew word geu, which is masculine plural. So as we just saw right here, tig-u, you drop off that tau in the kirik, you get the Hebrew word geu. Geu itself is the command form, which means to touch or to strike when speaking to more than one male or a company of males and females. Gana is when you're commanding more than one female to touch or strike something. So that's how that works with that. This form here, moving along, is what you call the gerund. This is called bin go'a, keen go'a, lean go'a, mean go'a. How that particular form works, still under the root word naga, meaning to touch or to strike, the literal meaning will be in touching or with touching, as touching or like touching, to touch, which is the infinitive. Then you have mean goa, from touching. Bati mean goa hadelit, I came from touching the door. That's how that works with that. Ani rotse lin goa hadelit, I want to touch the door. That's how that works with that. Hu rotse keen goa hadelit, he wants as touching the door. Ani bati, I came. Being goa, with touching hadalet, the door. That's how that particular form works with that. All right, so subscribe to the YouTube channel, Moreh Yeshaya. There will be more lessons in the future. Blessed be the Most High. Shalom to you all. Have a good day.